Hi, I'm Katherine with PlantBasedHealth.com, and today we're making a main dish that's perfect for Easter dinner and is sure to satisfy everyone at the table. We veganized a traditional favorite, beef tips and rice. Being vegan, people often ask me, where do you get your protein? I tell them everywhere. Did you know that all plant foods contain protein, except for pure fats, sugars, and alcohol? So even though the vegan beef in this dish is our primary source of protein, we also get protein from the mushrooms, onions, and brown rice. First, thinly slice half of an onion, place it in a large saucepan and cook over medium heat for about 5 minutes until it's translucent. If you need something to keep the onions from sticking in your cookware, rather than using oil since it's 100% fat, we recommend using just a little bit of water or vegetable broth, and that'll be all you need to keep them from sticking. Also, if you want to go beyond just cooking the onions, you can caramelize them. You'll need to allow about 5 more minutes, and as the onions brown to the pan, just add 1 tablespoon of water at a time until they turn nice and light brown. Now that our onions are just about caramelized, I'm going to add 3 cloves of garlic that I've minced and cook these for another 2 minutes. Now that our onions are nice and caramelized and the garlic is cooked, remove these from the saucepan and set them aside for a few minutes. You'll need 2 cups of sliced mushrooms next. We're going to layer these in a single layer on the bottom of the saucepan, and that's really the trick to cooking mushrooms. We want them in a single layer so we have maximum surface area exposed to the heat. Now, mushrooms are pretty moist once they start cooking, so you shouldn't need to add anything to the skillet. Cook the mushrooms over medium heat for 3 to 4 minutes until they're light brown. Once your mushrooms are lightly browned, remove those from the saucepan and set them aside for a few minutes while we cook our vegan beef. To cook the beef, we'll start with 3/4 cups of red wine. Add this to the warm saucepan that's still on medium heat, and we'll let this simmer for a few minutes to evaporate the alcohol. Next, add 18 ounces of your favorite vegan beef tips to the red wine. I prefer Gardein Beefless tips, but any brand of vegan beef will be fine. I've cut them in half also to make them smaller pieces. Simmer these in the red wine for about 5 minutes. While our vegan beef is simmering, let's work on the gravy. Add 2 cups of vegetable broth, 1/3 cup plus 1 tablespoon of whole wheat pastry flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of fresh ground pepper, and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce to a small bowl. Then whisk these really well until there are no lumps left in the flour. Finally, it's time to add those sauteed onions and garlic, along with the sauteed mushrooms, back to the beef. Just stir these in gently to mix it. Pour the gravy over the beef. And continue to simmer over medium to medium-high heat until the gravy bubbles and thickens. Beef tips are perfect served over rice. Be sure to use brown rice because it has more protein, fiber, and selenium than white rice. 1 batch of beef tips is good with 4 cups of cooked brown rice. What a delicious, hearty meal that's perfect for Easter dinner or anytime you're in the mood for some down-home comfort food. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you soon.